Hey y'all, I'm Chris and this is It Worth It, y'all? And today is a baking day. We're almost done with Pantry Challenge for the first month. We've done pretty good. Check out our updates if you haven't seen them. I'll post them here. And today we're going to bake bread because we have used up crackers and all of the flour tortillas, all the bread that I made at the very beginning of the month. And so we're gonna reset and do some probably burger buns and one loaf of bread instead of two because we didn't make it through the other two. So we're gonna break out the mixer, some home milled flour, start with those two recipes, see how we like them, and if we wanna add something else, you'll find out. All right, let's go. So if you've been here before, you know that right here on the other side of my pantry door, see this piece of paper? I make this recipe so much, I wrote the recipe on a piece of paper and I taped it to the inside of my cabinet because it's just faster because it's sitting right here. So let me go get the ingredients. Okay, first we're gonna proof our yeast. And so we need 3 cups of flour. And this is my fresh milled flour. So we're gonna do this 3 cups. We need warm water. So we're putting that in here. And this is gonna create a slurry so it'll activate our yeast. And I use active dry yeast, so it does require time to get to rocking and rolling. It's not the instant. All right, we're gonna need a bunch of that. Let me get the yeast and the water. This is my yeast. I buy it in bulk. And I put some in a jar and I just leave it on my refrigerator. This needs 2 1/4 tablespoons. So put that back in the fridge. All right, 3 3/4 cup of warm water. What I usually do is just put this in the kettle and heat it up until I see a little bit of bubbles. This is to activate the yeast. We're gonna blend this and let her sit for 20 minutes. This already smells so good. Comment below and send me a link to the tools that will actually hit the bottom of this. I've got these that came with the machine and they just don't get all the way to the bottom. I don't like it. So comment below, let me know what you guys have. Yeast is proofed, it's bubbling, so that means we're still active, and now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. So this is the recipe I follow. It's from Grains and Grit, Felicia, and this is her normal bread recipe, and we're gonna make this recipe into a 1 loaf and some hamburger buns. Okay, now we switch to the dough hook, because if I added any more flour to that, that would be just a disaster nightmare. Okay, get that on. And then what do I add? We add some salt, some flour. 6 more cups of flour, so I'm gonna throw 5 cups in. Now I will say that this KitchenAid mixer is not made for this recipe. I need a bread making mixer. This is not, this will be the only recipe I can do today because this will get hot and for safety reasons, it'll shut itself off. 4, all right, there's 5. So I'm leaving out a cup just to make sure that the day of the week depends on how much flour you use. All right, we're gonna do 1/2 cup of olive oil. And then I think instead of honey, I'm gonna do maple syrup, and we'll see if Greg notices a difference. Not that we don't have enough honey to do this, the maple syrup's open, so let's try it. If I can get it. This is a twist-on cap. The other ones I have, oh my, are they have like a cork. Oh, don't get this one, y'all. I can't get it open. Oh my word. I'll be right back. I can't get this open. Y'all, that was a fight. Okay. This maple syrup don't want to go in this recipe. Okay. There's 1/2 cup. My goodness, maple syrup. Why? Why are you so difficult? Okay, let me go get the salt. Oh, that's heavy. All right, what are we looking at? 3 1/4 teaspoon. All right, let's see. We're gonna go a tablespoon because that's 3 teaspoons, right? Because this is like potent sea salt, and I don't want to put too much in because I don't want salt bread. Okay, here's the hard part. Turn this sucker on and let it run for about 10-15 minutes. All right, she's combined. Let's get another, let's get that last cup of flour. Get that in. Oh, how did I know put the last one in? This is very wet and wetter than it should be, so it can accept that next or that final cup of flour. So I feel like we're good. The other thing too is this thing was gonna mix for a minute, but it needs to, the fresh milled flour needs to hydrate, so this will hydrate while we're doing this as well. So I'm not gonna let you sit here for 20 minutes. We'll bring you back whenever it's done. All right, that was 13 minutes, and this poor little mixer is hot, so probably won't turn back on. Ooh, okay, that was loud, sorry. Okay, get this bowl off of here. We're gonna shove her back in the corner. Thank you, KitchenAid, for saving me a ton of work. My hands have been washed, and I am gonna finish this and divide it here on the counter. It's still sticky, but that's okay. I'd rather it be sticky than dry. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're close. Oh, it's so smooth and nice. Yeah. I'm gonna have to like expedite the Bosch mixer request at some point. That's like the next purchase we make. Okay. All right, so first one we're gonna do the normal bread recipe, and Felicia taught me this amazing trick, and it totally makes a difference when you make a loaf of bread. So, yep, you're still there. So you spread it out like this, and then you fold it into thirds like that, and then you roll it like this, and it makes this weird cinnamon roll looking shape. And then you kind of roll this out. Well, you don't need a rolling pin. You just want to, I'm trying to get it that size. Okay, and there it is. We let that rise up to here, and then we bake it off. And yes, Felicia taught me all you need is one rise. All right, now let's turn this into circles to make buns out of. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try to make 4, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, let's make 4. See what happens. So, it's way too big for me to do it in my hand, so we're just gonna do it like this. What we're trying to do is get like a tight, smooth surface on the top. I mean, that's a really big bun, but I'm okay. I'm gonna set them in here. Let's see what happens. I think these are gonna be insane. Probably should do 6, but that's all right. I'm already committed. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do 4. This is gonna be awesome. They're either gonna turn out really, really great, or it's gonna be really, really weird, but either way, I know the recipe is amazing. Okay. If it'll even fit on this cookie sheet. Definitely. Okay, note to self, do 6. This is funny. Okay. You have to see this. Look over here. Look how big they are. That's like a half of a sheet pan. Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay, we're gonna let everything rise. We'll bring it back when it's time to throw everything in the oven. All right, y'all, it's still dead of winter. It's freezing cold here still. So these are probably going to take longer than usual. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the light on in the oven, shove these in the oven and let them proof in there. Recipe says 1 rise, 30 minutes. I don't think it's gonna take 30 minutes. It's probably gonna take about an hour just because of the temperature in my house. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna bake off at 350 for 35 minutes. So I'll bring you back whenever they're coming out of the oven, and they're amazing and wonderful and hopefully not as big as my head. Okay, y'all, yeah, I should have done. I should have made 6. This is what they look before they go in. Well, we wanted hamburger buns and now we get bread bowls. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I tell Greg. They're bread bowls, not hamburger buns. We'll see. All right, y'all, we got it done. There they are. I'm gonna do, let me put this glove on real quick. Little, this is funny. Little bit of perspective. So the next time I do this, when I make this recipe, I think I'm gonna make 8 of these. They're a little big. Like ridiculously big. So these will definitely go down to 8. But concept is good. Look at this. Greg just laughed at me whenever I pulled these out of the oven, which I agree. It's pretty ridiculous. The loaf out of the Pullman pan, per the use, turned out absolutely fantastic. Pro tip, make sure that you temp them. They get to somewhere between 200 and 205. That's when you know the inside's done and they're ready to be pulled out of the oven. So I'm gonna let these cool down, then we're gonna package them, and I think we're probably having sloppy joes tomorrow, apparently. So apparently we're gonna do like some, maybe we'll do like a sloppy joe challenge, because these are, these are massive. Anyway, check out some of these videos. We've got some really cool recipes. As always, we're in the middle of pantry challenge, so go check out that playlist and see how we've done the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow, today's Wednesday, so tomorrow you'll get an update for week 3 or week 4? Week 4. My goodness, it's flying by. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until we see you on the next video, bye y'all. What do you think?
Is that like my dinner for one of those? That's my dinner for the week? I know we're in pantry challenge, but that's taking it a little too far. But I get bread and water for the rest of the week off of one of those.
Look, here, hold it up to your head.
I don't.
Look.
Unbelievable. I mean, you can cut these in quarters. This is like a cake, isn't it? You're faking me out on that it's bread. This is a cake. This is ridiculous.